How's everybody doing here tonight? It's the G Matrix 1000 here. Doing another video game review. And I didn't think much going into this game that I'm going to review. But after playing it for enough amount of time, I can say this is a pretty fun game. And that's Sonic Generations. Yeah, so where do I start? Well, if anyone, like me, I'm a huge, Sonic the Hedgehog fan. Love, grew up watching the animated cartoons to playing the video games for Sega Genesis, which were some of the best Sonic games of all time. I mean, the old classic Sonic I fell in love with so much, the games I fell in love with so much, to where I bought the imported version for the Nintendo DS, where it has all 4 of the original Sonic games. And these were great games. Now, since then, going into the new millennium, as in 2000s, the Sonic franchise, in terms of games in particular, have really gone downhill. The first and only Sonic game to me that was really good in the 2000s were Sonic Adventures 1 and 2, which came out for the Sega Dreamcast systems back in 1999 and 2000. That was the last good modern Sonic. But since then, the entire Sonic franchise has just gone completely downhill, with Sega trying to, they add Sonic into, they add new cheesy characters, or they put Sonic in skateboarding type games, or whether they have Sonic and mix them up with the characters of Mario, just completely ruining such an iconic classic video game character. And, over the last, like I said, 10 years since Sonic Adventures 1 and 2 back in 2000, no other Sonic game has really been able to bring life back into the Sonic franchise or series. It's been dying. That is until I heard about Sonic Generations. And, going into Sonic Generations, I had my worries about it, things I was kind of concerned about. And like I said, after playing just an ample amount of time in this game, this is a very fun Sonic game. Now, the story itself kind of starts off with, you get to play as 2 Sonics. The classic Sonic back from the original Sega Genesis days, and the modern game Sonic, that you would find in the modern Sonic video games. It starts off with, this villain who has a parallel, who somehow rips through the time-space continuum and opens up a parallel universe where the classic Sonic and the modern-day Sonic come together and work together as a team and try to save their friends and their worlds from disappearing and collapsing from this evil force. Now, the story itself isn't that very strong based. It's not very heavy, I would say. But regardless of that, the game is really fun to play. Now, in terms of graphics, this game is very compatible on a 3D television. 3D television. So if you have a 3D TV, my God, this would just look absolutely amazing. If not, then this will still look amazing even on a regular TV. The graphics are absolutely beautiful, with beautiful colors that just really pop out at you and just really grab your attention. One of the great things about this is that you get to play as both modern Sonic and classic Sonic. Now, when I say you get to play as both, that does not mean where if you're in the middle of the level, then you can automatically switch from one Sonic to the next. It doesn't go that way. You get to choose your Sonics, or what Sonic you want to play, or switch them up before you enter a stage. So before you enter your next stage, you get to switch and choose whether you want to play the stage as modern Sonic or classic Sonic. If you choose to play the stage as classic Sonic, you would get that the classic 2D side view that was always well known with the old original Sonic games. And this is really nice because you think about how the classic Sonic games used to be for Sega, and to see those stages and those levels with the modern Sonic with updated graphics and updated visuals. It's just really a beautiful piece and work of art to see the classic old Sonic back in today's generation with modern graphics and technology. Now, if you play with modern Sonic, the game plays differently. You won't get the side view like you do with classic Sonic. If you play with modern Sonic, you'll get more of the I think it's a 3D landscape view where you get to see everything pretty much in front of you. You have pretty much a bird's eye view. Now, this is pretty fun as well because modern Sonic has its own things to set him apart from classic Sonic. With modern Sonic can grind on he can grind on like metal poles and just different cool tricks and things of that sort. He also has the homing device with modern Sonic where he can just constantly just bounce from one opponent to the other, you know, attacking his targets one by one. So the controls are very easy to pick up, and you know, the challenges, like I said, I'm not even finished with this game. I'm nowhere near finished beating this game. But the challenges, some of them are a little bit difficult, others may be a little bit easy. Playing as classic Sonic is more of the easier route. If you want a little bit more of a challenge, then modern Sonic would probably do best for you to play as if you want a little bit more of a challenge. Like I said, not that much, but it's a little bit higher up than if you were to play classic Sonic in terms of difficulty. But other than that, this game is really fun. I rate Sonic Generations a 9 out of 10. I just really think it's a sad case, and I think it's a shame that it's taken nearly a decade for Sega to finally make a great Sonic game. So I guess if you want to say breathe life back into the franchise, that's the only sad thing. But hey, at least they're heading in the right direction. Once again, I give Sonic Generations a 9 out of 10. Highly recommended if you are a Sonic fan. If you're like me, where you've been leery on past Sonic video games where they all suck and just trashy, understandable. But this right here, I tell you, has, in my opinion, I think has breathed some life back into the Sonic franchise, and I hope that Sega stays on this route, at least in terms of making Sonic games like this. This is fun. Even if you beat it, it's still a game I would say and recommend that you would keep around and not trade, because even if you do beat it, you know, if you have a bored day or something like that, and you just want to just play something that you haven't a game that you haven't played in a while, this would be one of those games you would take out from your shelf, blow off the dust, and put in your system and play and just have a good time all over again, like you did when you first bought it. So yeah, once again, I give Sonic Generations 9 out of 10. Easy controls, fantastic graphics, beautiful visual graphics, and like I said, you get to play as classic Sonic in this. And modern Sonic is fun on here too, but to be able to play and see classic Sonic back from the Genesis days and today's generation consoles and animation and graphics, it's just a really nice throwback, and it's really nice throwback, especially too when you get to play the old classic levels and get to hear the old music from the games that you remember and that you fell in love with. So yeah, I recommend you guys pick this up. This is Sonic Generations. I give it 9 out of 10. Comment, subscribe. Let me know if you guys have it, if you guys like it, what you don't like about it. So comment, subscribe. Peace out.